Connected Urban Development is a commitment that Cisco gave to the Clinton Global Initiative in 2006. And the commitment is about showcasing how pervasive broadband connectivity and ICT can help decrease CO2 emissions in large metropolitan areas.
So the shift to ICT green consumption patterns is possible if not driven by guilt and fear, but by desire and aspiration.
The threat of climate change is very immediate. The big concern we have is that many people think climate change is something 2 decades from now. And all these dates we're hearing about targets in 2020 and 2050 are confusing the public that this is not an immediate challenge. We have to do things now.
This program is run in partnership between Cisco, the cities of San Francisco, Amsterdam, Seoul, Lisbon, Madrid, Birmingham, and Hamburg. We are running a number of programs in several different areas. We run programs on smart work, connected and sustainable mobility, smart buildings, smart energy, and economic development.
So if there's going to be a solution to global climate change, there are going to be solutions found as it relates to a more sustainable future. It's really going to happen and be shaped in these urban communities. And that's exactly the spirit that brings all of us here today, and the spirit to why we're reaching out not just to those mayors for ideas and best practices from around the world, which we are committed to, but also to the private sector.
We thought that working together with other cities and with Cisco would be a big help. Not only in our own projects, but also in learning from the other cities. So, and thus far, we are very glad that we did that.
So you can organize something in a city, and as you're doing today, you're sharing your experiences, so you're multiplying, and then each one multiplies again. So change can happen beginning in a very small scale. That is the huge advantage of doing things locally, is that you have a chance to test something that then can be replicated at the national scale or in somebody else's local scale in some other country.
Because one thing we're also doing as a CUD community is coming up with toolkits. We want to help you with anything from presentations to architectures to white papers to how to get started, where to get started. Reaching the vision we're all going for is a long road. But we want to provide those stepping stones to get started and to move this forward.
Amongst the programs are the Connected Bus project in San Francisco, Smart Work Centers in Amsterdam, Personal Travel Assistance both in Amsterdam and Seoul, EcoMap in San Francisco again, and Smart Road Charging in Seoul.
A Smart Work Center is located close to a residential area. It brings together a number of services that help to optimize a day in the life of a worker. You want to have real high-end connectivity. You may want to have telepresence type of facilities.
The premise of pervasiveness of broadband is really changing how urban planners look at delivering buildings, delivering roads, integrating transport systems, and they're looking at how then they are able to communicate with the traveling public or with the business user.
In San Francisco, we've got some pretty ambitious goals. We want to be a zero waste city by 2020. At the moment, we recycle 70% of our waste. We've got very ambitious goals on climate change. We want to be 20% below 1990 by 2012, and we're on target to meet that.
They're never going to figure out how to do X, Y, Z for each citizen because each person's individual. Who will figure that out is if you give enough of a sandbox, enough of a design that says, here, take it community, and let the community add to it, just like Google Mashups where people took maps and mashed it up with restaurants. People will give you the ideas. They will come up with the next innovations. And then you feed off that to kind of constantly improve.
Look at the heat that comes out of roofs that aren't insulated. And you'll be able to help homeowners and say, for very little money, $200, you can insulate your rooftop and turn it from orange to blue. And show people the real impact of doing that. And it's huge. There's probably nothing more we could do for climate change initially than getting people to insulate their rooftops.
Neither pure free markets nor simple environmentalism is going to get us there. The innovation potential of the ICT paradigm can and must be collectively redirected towards new patterns of environmentally friendly well-being and the new profit-making dynamic for business. That is the biggest profit-making dynamics that we have ahead of us, and we've got to get it going to unleash that enormous potential, because it's also wealth creating, it's also job creating, it's also welfare creating across the world.